Psalm 19, the heavens declare the glory of God, etc., etc., people often view that as, oh, well, like there's all these, it's just so amazing how vast the universe is and how, like, oh, look, God made all this. It's so amazing. That's usually how people view that, to say how great a God we must have who made such a vast universe and all of that, which, of course, in the ancient world, they didn't realize that the universe was a big place. So that's not what the author of Psalm 19 was referring to. But even if you grant that the author of Psalm 19 was not referring to a vast universe, you might still say, well, within the ancient understanding of a dome sky and these fixed stars and maybe multiple skies that move, so you have some stars that move and rotate and so on, you might still view it as, well, the way in which the heavens declare the glory of God is because they were made by God, and it must have been such a magnificent being to have made all that. That's not actually what Psalm 19 is saying. Psalm 19 is saying that the heavens silently declare the glory of God by representing things about God. So when you read Psalm 19, it's one of its primary points of focus is actually the sun, and it talks about the course of the sun, going from one end of heaven to another. And I'll just read it here, and I'll read from the Anchor Yale translation. The heavens are proclaiming the glory of God, and the sky manifests the work of his hands. Day unto day pours forth speech, and night unto night unfolds knowledge. So it's unfolding knowledge. Without speech and without words, without their voice being heard, through all the earth their call went forth, and their words to the edge of the world. To the sun he gave a tent. Then, like a bridegroom, it goes forth from its bower, rejoicing like a warrior to run its course. From the edge of the heavens is its going forth, and its return is to their edge, never turning aside from its pavilion. So notice, it's not turning aside, it's running its course. So it's talking about order. But then this is what it says, verse 8. The law of Yahweh is perfect, refreshing my soul. The decree of Yahweh is stable, giving my mind wisdom. The precepts of Yahweh are direct, rejoicing my heart. The command of Yahweh is radiant, enlightening my eyes. The edict of Yahweh is pure, enduring forever. The judgments of Yahweh are truth. All of them are just, more desirable than gold, and much fine gold, and sweeter than honey, honey from the comb. Indeed, your servant is enlightened by them. In observing them, there is great reward. Who can understand errors? From my aberrations cleanse me. Above all, keep your servant from the presumptuous ones, lest they rule over me. Then shall I be blameless and innocent of the great crime. May the words of my mouth be according to your desire, and the thoughts of my heart according to your will. O Yahweh, my mountain and my Redeemer. So that's the end of Psalm 19. So if we were to take the time to go through this in more detail, it would become abundantly clear that what's happening is that the first half of the psalm, verses 1 to 7, are thematically paralleling the second half, verses 8 to 15. And what's happening is that in the first half, it's talking about the heavens and with a particular focus on the sun. And then the second half draws a parallel between that and the Word of God, the instructions, the decree, the law of God. And just like the sun lightens the day, just so the law of God enlightens my eyes. Okay, so drawing a parallel between the sun and the law, and the order of the heavens, and how the heavens move in order and repeat, and the heavenly bodies do not depart from their paths, but are organized and stable and consistent and reliable, just so the Word of God is reliable and consistent, and so on and so forth. So it's actually drawing an analogy from the heavens as to how the law of God is. The attributes of the heavens are shared by the law of God, and that's the way in which the heavens are declaring the glory of God in Psalm 19.